about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Come on, Ref. Just call the call. We're going to play. Come on now.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. To throw is Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 20. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On first down, it's Carson. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They go back to Carson here on second. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The gun. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. The Lance going to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the gun, it's Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Wilson will throw again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
They'll run on first down. Bryant, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 2nd and very short, Lance. He finds his man, complete. That's Wolf. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On first down, Cummings. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Lance.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a play fake. Lance sliding out of the pocket. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now a give right side. It's Cummings, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 17, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Throwing now is Lance. Over the middle, complete. That's Porter. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Second and goal from inside the 5. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On second and goal, Lance. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a third and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll lead here to a third down. He finds his man, complete. It's Bryant. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And that'll set him back 5. They'll try the left side. Carson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll try the left side. Carson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside to break it inside. Really well-run route.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On second and inches, Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Rhodes. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Steps up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the Patriots who were able to come away with the victory. Mac Jones, terrific in the win. And a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Aaron Jones, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr lighting it up. 3 touchdown passes there. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile...
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. Duke
breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. But poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On play action, Lance. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Derek Barnett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson to the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good-headed scheme going.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Now Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And just like that, it's third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for Seattle.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack. Put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
67 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Cummings. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, it's Cummings. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Porter.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
following the touchdown. Hoff-Richter to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you getting symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson.
Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And the Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
There's Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
And the Seahawks on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Incomplete.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf,
but it'll be 2nd down. Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Akeem Hicks able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. Forced out to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. It looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. They'll run on 1st down. Hurd. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Lance.
He finds his man. Complete. It's Porter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
On first down, Hurd. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rhodes. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just